Welcome to Spiritual Connections. I'm Lorianne, your psychic here. I'm an intuitive spiritual guidance counselor. I help people find blockages, heal them, remove them, and move forward, transforming their lives into something much greater, everything that they want in life, which is what we're all actually entitled to have in this lifetime. So, hi, welcome. How are you? Hello. How are you, Heather? Hi, how are you? Well, hello. Hi, Queen. Welcome, you guys. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so happy you're here. And I want to let you guys know I really appreciate I've gotten lots of messages asking me if I'm okay, how I'm feeling, because some of you already know I've been dealing with some medical issues, and it's limited my I thank you. I love you too. It's limited my ability to be able to, I can take care of my personal readings. They always come first, but my public readings come later. So I am going to do mid-month readings for you guys, and those will be posted this weekend. May not be till Sunday, till 6, but they'll be posted this weekend for you. Um, yeah, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but I did post a special. Now, you guys can't imagine how many people that you are very welcome. I'm not kidding you. I counted 97 emails from people contacting me asking me for free reading. Just one little second of your time. Just give me a little second of your time. And it's like, well, let's multiply that now by 97. And I stopped counting. So I know it was over 100, but what I did for everybody, because obviously I can't do that. There's no possible way. Hi, there's no way. So what I've done is I posted for this weekend only 3 day sale. That's it. Only 3 days. One question, $15, and I'll send you the answer via email. So it should be cut and dry. It's already, I went ahead and uploaded it on my site. So those of you who really want to do it, you can get in there now rather than later. And it's a pre-sale. So, hi, how are you? So take advantage of that special. It will end Sunday at midnight, and I have no idea when I'll be posting it again. So welcome to our show. I have a lot of questions that have been sent in to me, really wonderful questions, like very enlightening type of questions this time. So anybody who has sent me questions regarding the soulmate twin flame journey, if you don't recall, and you can go back and look at the previous shows, but I've spoken a few times about having a special separate segment for the soulmate twin flame journey so that you guys really understand what the journey is about. Now, it does correlate with, of course, the spiritual transformation, spiritual awakening, but I'm going to do this, and it's going to be a private link. I have not received very many people wanting to participate in that. It is enough, okay? The several that have come in, that is enough for us to do it. But I want to make sure that you guys understand that it is a private link. You have to send me a separate email, and then I will let you know. It's going to start in August, either the first or second week of August. I'll start running that series, okay? Again, you have to send me an email, ascendingsoulsjourney@gmail.com, if you want to be in the Soulmate Twin Flame Journey special live show where we can interact with each other, okay? Now, the first question that we have, and I forgot my glasses, I'm so sorry. I'm really bad about that, aren't I? Okay, is from Mandy. And we just love Mandy. She's so full of questions. I love that. Her question is, how long do energies of a tarot or a psychic reading last? And or how long would the reading be good for? Okay, so she wants to know, when you guys get a reading, how long is it good for? Because I'm pretty sure most of them don't tell you up front. I don't. It's not that I don't mean to, it's that well, for me personally, I'm focused. Hi, Mariana. I am absolutely focused when I do it. I'm already in between planes. By the time I hit the button to record, I'm already in a different world. So I'm not thinking about telling you that. I'm so sorry that I don't. Now, for my readings, typically they run 6-month time frame. On the average, hi Cynthia, thank you so much for sending out your message to me. I appreciate that. Now, it's on the average 6 months for me. Each reader connects to their guides in their own way, and they are asking in their own time frame. I can't answer on their behalf, but I will say that on the average, it's 6 months to a year. On the average, very few psychics that I've ever known, mentors, etc., that I have worked very, very closely with for years and years, it's been 6 months to a year time frame. Now, here's where it can change, okay? If I give a reading and the energies are the day that I'm giving the reading, all right? If something happens, let's say I'm telling you, well, send your resume out to any and everything. You guys heard me say that a lot, right? So if there's a death in the family and you cannot send those resumes out, that is going to extend the time frame. Absolutely. So there are circumstances that take place in life that can come out of the blue, something that is not connected to you at that time, that I don't pick up on that energy. All right, because I'm focused on your questions, because I could go on and on. I could just go on and on and on and on, and we don't want to do that. But give you in a nutshell, 6 months to 1 year on the average. Even the dailies, when I ask for the daily readings, hello, when I ask for the daily readings, I ask my guides to give me for the week. Now, if I'm doing it on a Tuesday, it can go all the way back a week and the last day be that Tuesday for some groups of people. It can be from the middle of the week, encompassing that Tuesday, to the middle of the week for some groups of people. But or it can be that Tuesday, it happens within Tuesday, 7 days out. So you're looking at that whole time frame, because all of us are in different groups, you guys. So when we're doing those general readings, which general, and I'll have to do a topic on that, because a lot of people don't understand what general readings mean. They literally believe that reading is meant directly for them, and that's not necessarily true. But 6 months to a year. She also wanted to know, what are the benefits of a tarot reading? And that's a really good question too, because a lot of times people don't realize what the benefit of a reading is. When I give a reading, and I'm not going to answer for other psychics, you guys, I just can't, I'm not tapped into them. I'm going to adjust the camera just a wee bit. So when I give my readings, I also give advice. If you follow this, if you do this, because they tell me, all right, you have the power, each and every one of you have the power to change the outcome of a reading. Now, this can be done through negative thinking process. This can be done by not taking action. That was advice, like through my readings, when I advise something, it's very important. Just like with my guidance clients, if they don't do the work, nothing's going to change. They have to do the work. Okay? So you hold the power to change the outcome of the reading. So if it's a negative reading, saying you're in a negative thinking pattern, you're thinking of this, you're angry, you haven't healed, and this is what's going to take place. Now, if you do the healing, if you start getting out of that negative mindset, replace the negative with the positive, focus on you, redirect your focus from your soulmate back onto you, right, guys? That can change the outcome. Typically, it'll either keep it on track or it will up it, make it sooner. It'll make it sooner. I know, I'm goofy. So I hope that you guys get that and you understand that, because that's a really good question. A lot of people don't know that. But if you don't do anything and I tell you and it's all negative, which is rare with my readings, because there is always a positive to a negative. There's always a negative to a positive. So if I'm giving you a reading and it's all positive and you all of a sudden, I don't know, you hit a hole in the road and you threw your alignment out in your car, maybe you're back like me, you know, but you actually can change the outcome because now you're having a lot of negative. Okay, so that can change it for the negative. So if that takes place, that will postpone it. It will extend it out. So you see where I'm going with that, guys. So keep that in mind when you get readings. And I will tell you that is with all psychic readings, okay? You hold the power with anyone who can actually, literally, I don't mean a regular tarot reader. I'm not a tarot reader. You guys know that. I am a psychic. I am an empath. I am a medium. I hear it, see it, feel it. I use those cards for your benefit so that as I'm talking, it gives you something to see other than me, okay? Nobody wants to just keep looking at me talking, although I do that a lot. The next question is really very, very good too. Thank you, Mandy. This one is from Fran, and it's a couple questions in here. So, when people die, are they sent back down to earth to learn a lesson that they failed to learn while they were alive? Really good question, right? What happens if we don't learn our lesson? What happens if we don't do the healing? Now, you guys are very familiar with karma coming back, past lives. I offer past life regressions for a reason. Because if you don't do it in this lifetime, if you don't get the lesson, if you don't get, let me explain it to you like this. Picture the world, picture where we live as if it was a majorly big school. So sorry, guys, I'm trying to fix this. Imagine we're on the other side, little souls all over the universe, okay, on the other side. Now we all have to learn. We all come to Earth. Earth is like a school. It's like a school. So we come down here to learn our lessons. We come down here to take care of whatever it is that we need to take care of from the other side. It's all about learning. It's about helping other people. So when you're down here and we have these people that are super greedy, they spit on others. Actually, if you look at the Capricorn video, and I left this one comment on there for a reason, you guys go check out the Capricorn July video. Somebody posted a horrible comment on there, and I left it on there because I want to see if any of y'all out there are going to respond to it. It was so downright rude. It basically said that those, quote unquote, those type of people deserve to die. They should just be dead. Okay? Well, I know who they're talking about. They're talking about people who are narcissists, etc., abusive people. They deserve to die. Okay. What are the chances of any of you who are in alignment within yourself? Would you ever say anything like that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So to me, the person who left the comment, they embody all the energies. If they aren't an outright narcissist, they're a bordering narcissist. So I left that video, that message up there, so check it out. And if you'd like to leave a comment, that's fine, because I found that very offensive. I've actually seen a lot. There's a lot of negative energy going around, you guys. I mean, I sent a reading out 24 hours early, and the comment back to me was better late than never. I'm like, whoa. And you guys who have ordered readings know that I'm usually send them right around 9 o'clock. I try to be very punctual. So this was 24 hours early, and they were so rude. I flat out said, don't ever order a reading from me again. No. You don't talk to people like that. You do not treat people like that. So that's really negative energy. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, Yes, they come back down here to learn lessons. If we don't learn the lesson, because a lot of times there's a lot of pain associated with that lesson. It can be somebody comes down here to Earth to learn all about finances, everything to do with finances. All right. And I'm not going to go too far in depth or too, using different language that you may not understand. So we come down here, and I'm down here to learn about finances. I can have everything from being flat broke and homeless to the whole extreme in that lifetime, to the whole extreme of being a billionaire. All right. But it's all the pitfalls, ups and downs, all those lessons from one spectrum to the other. We learn the whole thing. If we don't accomplish it, we do come back down the next incarnation, and we do have to learn those lessons over again. My sister, some of you know, I had mentioned my sister passed away a few years ago. Now, everyone in my family, everyone that I love, where there's love, okay, they always come to see me after they pass away. My sister didn't, and this is why. She did not do what she was supposed to do. She knew that. Thank you. She knew that while she was alive. She knew it. And she's like, I don't care. I don't want to do it. All right. You don't want to do it. That's all right. You can come back down. She goes, yep, I'll come back down. I'll relive it. She was very interested. She loved past life. She had an amazing past life. I did a past life regression for her, and it was incredible. But the thing is the reason she did not come see me is her soul immediately went right back down into a body. So it was predetermined, because our soul can come out of our body, right? Yep, it can go to the other side. We can move around. Our souls float around. That's the astral travel that we're talking about. And that's a part of it. It's much more in depth. But she knew ahead of time that that's what was going to take place. So she came down, she inhabited another body. She's reliving the whole experience again. Now, my sister had a very, very difficult life. Very difficult life. When we're talking finances, she was flat broke and homeless. She never made it to a billionaire. She didn't make it out. She only made it to like here, because she just kind of gave up. She didn't want to do it. So she settled. I'm just going to do this. I don't want to heal. I don't want to do the work. And that's what she settled on. So boom, she came right back down. So when we learn the lessons, we'll come back down for a completely different reason. Now, the other part of this is, do they come back in a completely different body? Yes, they do. The human body is like a nutshell. So the nut is on the inside. That's the soul. The shell is on the outside. It has no real true value as far as spirituality, as far as our soul, as far as all the lessons, what we're talking about on the whole universal plane, right? So my clock is gone. Oh, okay. So what happens is our human body dies off. It literally dies off. It truly does. We are made to disintegrate. That's what our bodies are made of. You guys know that. The soul never dies. So when you see those movies where the soul's like, when they're dying and the little soul goes and it floats out of them, or the person's looking down on their body, yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily 100% exact, but it is very, very similar. Absolutely. So we do not come back down in a different body. Are they the same age as they were when they die? No, the soul never dies. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay, this is the soul, all right? This is the soul. The soul never dies. Never, ever, ever. Every time we incarnate here on earth, our soul remembers everything. That is exactly what the spiritual awakening, the spiritual transformation that many of you are going through is, taking the soul, which is connected to the subconscious mind. The human conscious mind is not connected to either, right? The soul needs to be shook up a little bit. We got to shake you up. We got to get you back on path, because they have to connect in order for us to be on the path that was predetermined before we arrive here, and it is predetermined before we arrive. So when we're born, especially if we're born into a karmic family, we're immediately off that path. Immediately. You're born into a toxic family, you are not on your path. You're going to veer. Can you get back on? Yes, absolutely. You guys are doing that now, right? I did it just like you. It sucks. It's hard, right? It hurts. But you get back in alignment. So the soul never dies. Therefore, it's going to come back down into a baby body. Okay. Are there situations where somebody passes away and inhabits a body that somebody may be dying? Yes, but it's only temporary. It is not long term. It's only a temporary. It's like using that nutshell and putting some tape around it so you can walk around, do what you need to do, and then you break free and you go where you need to go. It's not a permanency. So to be in the incarnation of lifetime, you will be born through birth. And there's a couple other, but I will answer those later. So we have a really good question here. Thank you, Fran. This is a wonderful question. So she had 2 sparrows come into her home, and she's asking me what this is about. And I don't know if any of you are familiar with animal totems and the spiritual symbolic of animals, but there are a multitude, not all animals, there are many, many animals that actually symbolize, they represent things. An owl. One day I'm walking out my home in the pine tree because I have this and it looks just like a Christmas tree. It's like, I'm not kidding you, it's like 100 feet high. This is the biggest tree ever, and in it was an owl, and that owl sat up in that tree for about a week, okay, and then it left. Now, I don't know if you guys know what that symbolizes, but an owl, when it's outside your home, can represent death of somebody that you love. All right, so some of these animals represent things. They're messengers. So she had 2 black sparrows come into her home. Now, if they're black sparrows that come into your home, that's actually good luck. Okay, it can indicate something very, very positive is going to take place in her life. It flew in her home. It can also indicate, in some cases, not all, that a wedding or a very committed union in love is going to take place. No, the bird flew out, and that's good. If the bird died in there, that's not good. Okay, that's not good. So each animal that they represent different things. Now, I'm not talking about a regular, like I don't know, like a finch. If a finch flew in, it doesn't mean anything. If a white bird flies in, that can symbolize death also. So there are different meanings. Or if a bird flies in and dies in your home, that also is a different meaning. It doesn't matter what bird if it dies in your home. Each animal has messages from the universe, from the divine, that are significant to that person or somebody under that roof. That can even be somebody who's staying with you for a week. It may not apply to you, but that visitor for a week, it may definitely apply to them. So what I recommend for her, this is good news, right? That's awesome. She had to fly in, so she's got good luck coming, or possibly or a wedding or a very committed union is going to take place. When that's a whole different issue. So when you encounter animals, look them up. Look up and see what they mean. I love that we have at our disposal any second of the day and night. We have access to so much resource. We do have to weed through some crap, on the internet. Not all of it's accurate. So you have to really weed through it. But you'll find out what they mean. Not all animals are going to carry a message. However, they can carry a specific message to you. Like I had shared about one of my guidance clients where the deer was outside her home, and it stopped and it turned around and it looked at her, directly looked at her, and it stomped its feet. That's a message from the universe that has to do specifically for her in her spiritual transformation. That was a clear message. That was an answer from the universe, because that deer did not actually symbolize anything other than that in that particular scenario. So if you see animals, take heed of that. If animals approach you, my ex-husband used to get mad because we go camping and I would make little trails of like nuts or fruit or whatever I did, whatever food it was. But I would bring it into the home, like we bring cabins and I bring it in, and the animals would come in and they come and they would get like this far from me. And he hated it. They always have, because I can communicate with animals. So they know that and they come to you, all right? Just like us all who are healers that watch this show, you guys as healers know that people are just drawn to you. They walk up and they start talking. Animals can do the same thing. So that's really a lovely question. And keep in mind, if I do not get to your question this week, I've already got a list for next week, and they'll be going on to the next week as well. Okay, and then send in your questions to ascendingsoulsjourney@gmail.com. It's everywhere, all over the place. And I will reply. I did figure out how to do this on my laptop, and I have 3 devices that I use for my recordings, my videos. But the picture that is the clearest is this one, and this is the one that I can't see the messages very well. The other ones, the quality is very poor, and the devices are very expensive, so I'm not sure, but I'll figure it out. We'll get it down pat eventually. I just haven't had time. So the next question is from Elizabeth. The moon to me is very powerful. Is there a strong spiritual connection as well? And that's a really good question too. You see, as the universe, look at the universe as a whole. It's infinity, right? It goes on and on and on and on. Right now, we have a lot of astrological placements that are going on, and more is to come over the next several weeks. They're going to be added. It's a big deal what's going on. There's a huge shift that's taking place, universal shift that's taking place, okay? For those of you in Soulmate Twin Flame Journeys, a lot of people right now are getting ready to come into contact. They're getting ready to actually come into union to move forward over the next couple of months. This is what's going to happen. We all know Mercury in retrograde can cause everything to go haywire, right? Right now, the energies that, well, I'm not an astrologer, so I don't want to tell you everything in case I'm missing something. So do your own research. Knowledge is power. The point is, we have a zodiac sign. I'm born in January. I'm an Aquarius. I have an Aries rising. Okay, my ascending sign is Aries. My moon sign is Pisces. Sometimes, as you hear me speak on my show, I don't always, and many of you are like, well, tell us what the zodiac sign is, because you only hold it to that zodiac sign. So if it's not a Libra, that means it can't be for you. Not necessarily true. I have absolutely no Earth in my chart, but I come up as Earth. I am not a man, I am a woman, but my cards, if somebody's doing tarot, not in a psychic reading, but if somebody's doing tarot, it can come out as a man, because I embody both my feminine and my masculine energy. A lot of Aquarius women do come up in a masculine sense. There are a couple signs that do. When you look at everything, and it's all based, that's why your chart, your natal chart, is very important. It depends on what was where, what placement was going on, what house it was going on, all the planets, all the stars, all of it. So when you're asking, is there a spiritual connection to it? Absolutely, absolutely, because it affects us on every level. So, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean that if it's in this house, it should represent Aquarius, but it doesn't. It actually represents some other sign. Maybe it's an earth sign, like for me. Okay. So it's very complex. And I do recommend for those of you who are interested in astrology, get your natal chart done. It's amazing. It's absolutely incredible. When I tell you our lives are predetermined, they're already planned out. We have a plan. When we come down here to learn a lesson, we have a plan. And our plan is like this. This is the way the plan goes. We come into a karmic family. Oop, now we're off course. Our plan's this way, but now we're going this way. Those of you in spiritual transformation, spiritual awakening, boom, you're way out here. We got to get you back here. But we have to, between this space, these are all the blockages in between here and here. So all these blockages need to be found, healed, and removed. And that will bring you back together, put you back on your spiritual path. When you're on your spiritual path, you will have love. You will have the love of your life. And don't get me wrong, it's not like it happens like that. It's going to happen shortly thereafter you are done with that. You will have money. If you are doing your spiritual work, whatever it may be, I don't care if it's an accountant or if it's somebody like myself, a yoga teacher, it doesn't matter. Whatever your spiritual path is, that's when you start making the money. That's when love comes in, because that's all about self-love. Our vibration rises, pulling it in, right? So it helps all of that. Everything is about alignment, alignment of the stars, alignment of the planets. Absolutely, it does make a difference. So I hope that helps, Elizabeth. And the next question we have, this is a soulmate one, and I saved it for the last. And remember, any of you I did not get to, I'll get to it next week. But I do want to answer a couple of your questions. Love isn't obsessing. Why is love obsessing? It's not obsessing. It's not. If it's obsessing, there's something off. There's something off. So you may be with a soulmate, and it may be that deep connection. But this question is, what happens if the soulmates, the two soulmates, they don't end up being together in a relationship? Does the universe send them a twin flame or a life partner? Now, again, there is a big difference between a soulmate and a twin flame. Big difference. We do not meet our twin flame in every lifetime. It is multiple. I'm talking 15, 20 times of incarnation that we are not in the same lifetime with our twin flame. The twin flame is the true other half of our soul. The true yin and yang. That is your eternal love. It will never die. You are with that person soul to soul, not human form, soul to soul. You are with that person forever, ever in eternity. Okay. So that it's a very in-depth, a complex situation with a twin flame. Soulmates are put into each other's life to promote healing growth. So is the twin flame too, but it's all about doing the healing. It's about getting the alignment to come together, right? So Tommy's here to make me do my healing. I'm going to cry. I'm going to run away. Okay, you hurt me. I'm running away. Now I'm forced to look at what's going on. I did the same thing to Tommy, and Tommy also ran away crying, and now he has to work on his healing. Okay. At the end of your soulmate journey, you will have an opportunity to come together, whether it be the universe brings you together in a certain place at a certain time. They tell you to go right, and you don't. And they make your car break down, and then who drives up but somebody, your beautiful soulmate that you haven't seen in 2 years. Boom, right there. They create situations and circumstances for the two of you to meet up. It can be online. The universe uses internet a lot. It can be online. It can be in person. It can be by phone. It doesn't matter. There will come a moment when the two of you have an opportunity to talk, You will know if your soulmate's healed. Your soulmate will know if you've healed. And if you both have healed, you'll continue to talk. You'll see if you actually want to be in a relationship together. Both of you will be healed. Who we attract when we're not healed can be very different than who our true life partner is. So your soulmate can either be somebody that comes into your life to promote healing and growth, or your soulmate can actually be your true life partner. It doesn't matter in any of those three scenarios. We all have free will, meaning I don't want to heal, I'm not going to be with any of them. Okay. If I don't want to heal, you're not going to be with the right person. So that love that I was talking about when the alignment happens will not come. You will not get the love of your life, the true love of this lifetime, the life partner, not your twin, the life partner, unless you heal. Unless you heal. You have to. Sometimes we meet a soulmate to force us to do the healing, and we're not meant to be together. But they came into our life to prepare us to be with the right person. So it's different in everybody's situation. Every soulmate journey, although it's an actual process, it's literally a process, it can change. It can be for different reasons. So you need to take that into consideration. So I will go ahead. I hope that helped you. And Mariana, yeah, okay. So yes, eventually, if you do the healing, you will meet them. You're very welcome. And now if you guys have any questions, I have a few minutes that I would be happy to answer. You guys talking to yourself? You're talking. Yeah, throw them out there. Throw me a question, guys. If you want. You don't have to. We can end it. It is not personal questions. I have already addressed that. Do not ask a personal question. Oh, perfect, Peter. That's awesome. What do dragonflies flying around you mean? Have you met your soulmate, Alice? Dragonfly. I have many dragonfly. They're my clients. Those are my guidance clients. I'm helping them go through their transformation. I'm helping them. Remember, I said you have the soul and you have the conscious mind. So we want them to come together, but the blockages, the pain, the wounding, all those hurts and issues are in there. So we have to get those out, right? Each one we get out brings us closer and closer together. My people I work with, if you're going through the transformation, you are a dragonfly, baby. When you graduate, you're a butterfly. I'm so sorry, I didn't see that. Okay, I can't answer that. So it's a personal question. Do you contact them through your... Butterflies are amazing. Butterflies, all of these, you know, when I just talked about the spirit, the animals, okay? Animals, and I should have said this, it's also insects too. So dragonflies are very symbolic in a spiritual level. So are butterflies. They all have actual meanings, but it goes very much in depth. So when you see insects come around you, they have, a lot of them have absolute significance. If you see an animal or an insect and you keep seeing it, maybe it's the same one, maybe it's a multitude of different ones. Do the research, like I said a little while ago, okay? I can't answer what every single animal is right now on this show. There's no possible, I've just got like 10 of them in a row. You guys look it up. You got to do the work. That's part of your healing. That's part of your journey. And those of you who work with me on any level, I put it back on you. Even if you order a reading and you don't do it right, I'll send it back, right? You guys know that. I've done it to you, some of you. I know you've done that. But I do that for a reason. You see, I'm put here to help you. Those of you going through a transformation and awakening, as we ascend, as our soul aligns with our conscious mind, that's the ascension, we have a complete, utter state of confusion. Now, what I do is I help people redirect to focus. So when I'm sending back messages to any of you, when you contact me and I return the message to you, it is for you to do the work. Those of you who send me messages, I had 5 or 6 people over the last few days. They asked me questions, I answered them. Some of them wanted to make purchases. I sent them the invoices. Bam, absolutely no response. 2, 3 days later, did you want to make this absolutely nothing. You guys, do not treat people like that. I will disregard you. I will disregard, I will close the invoice out and disregard. I don't have time to check. This is not a favor for me. Okay, I love doing this for you and I love each and every one of you. I truly do, and I sincerely mean that. However, it isn't me who has to do the work, it's you. You need to do the work. And if you're throwing your work off to somebody else, take a look at that, because that means you're out of alignment. Okay, accountability and responsibility is one of the things that we learn through the journey. Are there people who don't get a life partner? Yes. Yes, Cynthia, there are people who don't get a life partner. My mom was one of them. Now, what happened with my mother, she actually met her true twin flame. She met her twin flame when she was young. She was 17 or 18 years old. They fell in love. Now, listen to this very carefully and compare it to the readings that you hear all across YouTube, okay? She met this man when she was 17 years old, 18, I mean, and they fell in love. They were deep, deep, deep in love, and the connection was there. He knew it. He was in love with her. His family didn't want them to get married because she was Catholic, and they were not Catholic, and they did not like Catholic religion. Therefore, he listened to his family. What's that called? That's called the Hierophant card. That's called socialized belief systems, meaning that man that she fell in love with listened to his family. He didn't stand up strong in who he is. He didn't speak his own truth. He didn't fix it. So he sided with his family, and she left and married. She got pregnant by him, and I don't even know if he knows. I have no idea if he knows. She did get pregnant by him, met my dad. My dad could not have children. He was in the war. He was one of the people on the test site in Nevada, and they put him out there, and then they threw that powder down, you know, the chemical warfare. They threw some of that on him, and it made him, they thought it made him sterile. So he wanted a baby. So he married my mom. So they didn't even marry for love. They married because she needed a husband. My dad wanted babies. This man didn't marry her because his family said, you can't marry him. Okay, so he was not strong enough in his own self. He didn't have the self-confidence. He didn't have the strength to stand up for what he wanted because he was in love with my mother. So my mother married a different man. They divorced, and she never met her life partner after that. She met other men, but she never healed over that man. So imagine the pain that you're feeling right now. You know, those of you going through the soulmate journey, right? Your soulmate hurt you. They left you. They abandoned you, they rejected you, they ignore you. It hurts. And you have that anger and the words. There's a lot of toxicity that takes place in that journey. So it's very painful, the words, the actions, the deeds, or just the fact that they just left. Just the fact they left, they broke your heart. If you don't heal over that, you will not meet your life partner. You have to do the work. You got to do the healing, guys. If you need help, I am a guidance counselor. I help people break through those blockages and actually get to the other side. Help them align and help them transform their lives going the direction that they want. Whether you have met a soulmate or not, whether you are in a spiritual awakening or not, if there's something blocking you from love, book a guidance call. If there's something blocking you from the success, you can see it, you can feel it, but it's not in your hand. Why not? Why not? I can help you with that. You can book a guidance call with me, and we can talk that way. that is this spiritual awakening. So she's asking about the Kundalini and how it's significant to all of it. It is the spiritual awakening. That is all part of the process. There's a lot of things encompassed in it. And I just looked at 4444. I see fours all the time. So I will do next week. I will answer several of your questions. Okay, guys, but I will talk about the spiritual awakening if you guys would like me to do that. Is it safe to say the spirit gives birth to life? Well, of course. I don't know the spirit. Wait, I don't know who the spirit is. Does spirit, universe, God? Yes. Some spirit floating around your house? No. You're seeing 333. Cynthia, look that up. That's an angel number. If you're seeing repetitive numbers, 1111, that's a number one sign you're going through spiritual transformation. You may be seeing 1234. You may be waking up at 222 every night or 315. I did. I did it like for 2 years. It sucked. Repetitive numbers are angel. These are messages from the universe. This is the way God communicates with other people. This is the way the angels are telling you, you need to do this. We're helping you do this. Keep going this way. All right. Each of those numbers means something, and you can look it up. So I'm so sorry I have to end this right now. I actually found a house in California. Wish me luck. I have a call tonight. I may be flying. It looks like I'm going to fly out to see it, and I sure hope it's the one because I've been waiting a long time. So I wish you guys all to have a wonderful night. Remember, the sale is only 3 days. Yes, I opened it up today for a pre-sale. Tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at midnight, and it's $15 for one question. So I do hope that you guys take advantage of that sale because I have no idea when I'm going to do that one again. I just didn't want to keep sending that message out going, I don't give free readings, okay? You know? So have a wonderful night. Thank you for watching. Much love. If it turned off.